Hey, Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, it is time for us to get into Married to Medicine. I do feel like this episode was really a filler episode, so I don't feel like I have a whole lot of notes about what took place this episode, but we are going to talk about a few things. So make sure you're liking up the video, you're hyping the video if you have any hypes left, and also subscribe to the channel. All right. So first things first, Angel has a movie premiere. So shout out to her for that. Some of the ladies did attend. And this was when Simone decided to let the ladies know, like, listen, first of all, can we get into Angel's outfit? Because I thought it was so cute. Okay, I thought she looked so good. But either way, go. All right, Simone. Simone lets the few ladies know that, hey, me and Cecil will not be hosting the couples trip this year because we ain't really in the best place for us to be doing that right now. So they will be giving it off to Toya and off to Eugene. Now, in my personal, I do think that one, this kind of makes sense, okay? For it to be Eugene and Toya, and I'll get into that in a second. For Simone to say, I'm not going to do this, I'm kind of like, I mean, this probably would have helped you and Cecil, but then again, maybe not, right? What I will say with this is Simone has been in this place where she's like, bitch, get somebody else to do it. And that's exactly what I think happened with the trip. Simone is tired and she ain't trying to do shit. And I don't really fault her. So if you can find a couple that's willing to take it on, let them take it on, right? So getting to Toya and Eugene being likely the best fit to plan this trip, Quad and King are fairly new. Brandy and her husband are brand new. Mimi and her husband are kind of new. Maybe they could have done it. Jackie and Curtis, we never really see them in the same place that much. For real, for real. Angel is single and Contessa just playing something for the girls not too long ago. So I think it does make sense to give it to Toya and Eugene. I also feel like Toya and Eugene may have been married much longer than Dr. Mimi and her husband, but y'all let me know in the comments or whatnot. So for me, I feel like it did make sense for it to be Toya and Eugene. Now, Angel was not feeling that because she is still not really over what it is that Toya did because she's a single woman and Toya was like doing a little extra on that. So it seemed like she's not really feeling Toya. But then she looks at Dr. Mimi and I'm like, what y'all got going on? But either way, I mean, she knows that Dr. Mimi feels a way about Toya. Mimi says they not giving model couple. And you are? Mimi, you and your husband are giving model couple. Like, are you saying that because you were advocating for hopefully you and your husband to lead the trip? Is that what that was going on? Like, what was going on in your head? And I feel like y'all give a lot of your representatives when it comes to you and your husband. Not that I want to see anything salacious that's happening in your relationship, but maybe y'all may have friction with communication or whatever. And we don't really get a lot from y'all, but we definitely see a lot of y'all trying to dictate to other couples what they can work on. Like, it's y'all stay in therapy mode. And honestly, maybe this would have been a better trip for y'all to do, being that y'all stay in therapy mode. I always want to give guidance to other couples as if y'all don't need guidance. Maybe it would have been good for y'all to have planned it, right? But again, like I said, I feel like y'all do be giving off y'all representatives, which looks like a model couple to me. So for you to say that really confirms a lot of the thoughts that we already were having about you. Quite a few of us, okay? Not all, but quite a few, okay? Now, that's that. Mimi asked Simone if she considers Toya to be a safe friend. And I'm like, obviously she does. Like, they clearly are closer than a lot of people in the circle. And then why are you forgetting that they have been here since season 1 or probably before? Why would she not really consider Toya a safe friend? And I could see if it would have been Heavenly. Oh, and I forgot to mention Heavenly and Damon. Like, they couldn't have did it, in my opinion, because Heavenly is focused on her political campaign, right? But I could see if Simone, who is just beefing with Heavenly, right, and she put it in Heavenly's hands, would you have asked that same question of, do you think Heavenly is a safe friend? Would you have asked that then? No, you would not have. You would have been in support of that because it was Heavenly. Knowing that Simone don't really feel like Heavenly is a safe friend after what happened. So, Anyway, so Mimi says that she has her issues with Toya or whatever. And I'm just like, who cares, okay? What does that have to do with them planning the trip? You think she gonna treat y'all some type of way because she is planning the trip? Like she gonna give y'all the worst room or something like that? I mean, girl, it is what it is. Okay, now I do feel like this. If you are that concerned about her being in control of the trip and running the trip, don't come. Don't come on the damn trip if you feel like that. How about that? Okay. It's that simple. I feel the same way about you, Angel. If y'all feel so much of a way about Toya and Eugene hosting this trip, then don't come. Okay. So Toya and Eugene agreed to planning it. And Toya says that she has to figure out, what to do with the single people on the trip. She says she thinks that it's crazy for anybody that's single to even want to come on a couple's trip. I hear that. And I do feel like she may have said this about Quad in the past. But at the same time, y'all still invited Quad. Quad still came along. Quad still had a great time. So I just kind of feel like just because they single don't mean that they cannot kind of be there. It may be an opportunity for them to learn a lot about y'all's couples. You know what I'm saying? But also, Angel ain't really gonna be the only one single because Brandy's gonna be single there for a little bit too until her husband coming. When he comes, he's only coming for one day. So, maybe they could hang out potentially. They did share a room together, I guess. But either way, okay. So let's get to Jamaica. Eugene tells the people. Well, first of all, he told Toya that he think they should have like a timeout room, and they probably could go to their room and do whatever they gonna do if they ain't trying to be around a group or trying to cooperate. I don't see that happening. Okay, not these big. They not gonna do that. Either way, we did learn that Curtis is gonna be late because he's on a golf trip. Brandy's husband won't be the only person that's gonna be showing up late. What I didn't know was that King, aka Kirky. I did not know that Kirky was from Jamaica. All right, didn't know he was born there, and maybe it was mentioned in the previous season. But either way, he's from there. He didn't come to America until he was like a kid or whatnot. But Kirky, I got an issue. I'm always having a bone to pick with you because I be trying to figure out why you be trying to put Quad out there like that. Like, okay, you don't do drugs, congratulations. But like, why did you need to tell America that she be smoking weed down to the Jamaica? Like, you cool. You cool. Like, I just personally, for me, be feeling like, and it could be editing as well, right? But for me, I just feel like every episode you show why you a op. Every episode you be showing why you a op, honey. Either way, Toya and Eugene did present a friendship pledge to the people. All right, so we'll see if they're gonna honor that pledge while they are on this trip. We know these people don't know how to act, so we know that's not gonna happen. When Heavenly arrives, Jackie goes to her to have a conversation about the Met Gala. She telling Heavenly, like, girl, I need your help, girl. We got to get these tickets sold. She said, well, girl, how many tickets have you sold so far? She said, 8. I saw about 8 so far. Well, how many has Toya sold? Now, Toya did say she raised a lot of money. However, I do understand Jackie with needing tickets because, yeah, you can raise money for the event, but we still need people to actually attend the event. And one way for them to attend it is to purchase tickets. And maybe those tickets will be used as donations or scholarships or something like that. Whereas we'll use the corporate funding to actually throw the event itself. So I get it. I totally get it. All right. So she's trying to talk to Heavenly to make sure Heavenly, supports and does her part because of how Heavenly was feeling last week when she called out Jackie for saying certain things about Toya. Also, because of what Quad said, Quad was like, well, shoot, maybe I shouldn't do anything like you didn't do anything last year because they really want Toya to feel it. But my thing is this, though, I understand where the ladies are coming from with Toya not contributing, but Toya still contributed. Whether it may not have looked like how you wanted it to look. Okay, but she still gave y'all a little piece of something. It is what it is, right? But at the same time, to not have one person participate, but all of y'all participate, and y'all still do a good job, it still reflects great on y'all. If y'all got just Toya running it and y'all trying to teach her a lesson, y'all could, fuck your own stuff up just trying to teach her a lesson by y'all not contributing because one, you can get all these sponsors. They can throw all of the, use that money to throw the entire event. But if y'all ain't got no people there, then it's going to be a bad reflection more so on y'all doctors than it is going to be on Toya. Okay. So I do believe at the end of it all, I do believe majority of them, if not all of them, are going to come together and they're going to sell their tickets. I mean, all of y'all have a substantial following on social media. So my assumption, because just because you got followers does not mean it's going to translate into coins and ticket sales. Hello. However, I would want to believe that y'all have enough of an audience following all of y'all and a doctor's network to know that people are going to buy tickets and they're going to show up for this because they had such a great time last year or whatever. all in all. So I'm sure they'll figure it out. Y'all go over there, y'all figure that out. I think it's gonna work out at the end of the day. Okay. Let's get to the medical mission because King's cousin decided to show up. Okay, his cousin, Dr. Green, I do believe. Now they show up. It seemed like it was a collaboration between Quad, King, Toya, and Eugene, which was good. Toya tells some of the ladies that Brandy at some point before they get out the car to go to this medical mission, she tells them like, "Hey, Brandy and Angel will be rotating amongst the couples, right? And they're going to learn some things. Then they're going to tell the couples what they need to do better." Now, Toya did that to be messy because, in all honesty, those single ladies or those ladies on the trip could tell them what they've learned. But I also feel like it could be twofold. You could tell them what you think they could do better individually, but then you also can tell them what you learned, by watching and observing their couple, throughout the process. So, I mean, it could end up being a really good thing. But Heavenly was like, fuck that. She was like, girl, what the hell can they tell me? They can't tell me shit. Not when I've been married longer than both of them. And first of all, Angel ain't even got nobody. In addition, she said, girl, that's like a broke BITCH trying to tell me how to get some money. And I ain't having that. I said, baby, she really talking to you, Toya. And I'm glad you did not feed into that shade at the moment. But she was talking about you when she said a broke BIT trying to tell me how to get some money. Okay. Now they discussed the Med Gala, at least Jackie. Jackie decides to tell Brandy how they thought it would be a great idea for Toya to be the chairperson. And Heavenly said, no, we didn't, girl. We thought it would be good to make Toya do something because we wanted to teach her a lesson. Like, be clear, baby, the way Heavenly is in her feelings and she's been tagging the out of Jackie. I don't know. I don't feel bad for Heavenly because it's like now you see how Simone used to feel when you would interject or whatever when it came to her friendship with Jackie, and now you see, I guess you're feeling a way that Toya and Jackie could potentially be getting closer with planning this, and Jackie elevated her to a high position because a lot of this is your projection. But be clear, I don't think you would have been able to handle that because you're running for a political office. Now, I will say this. It may come off a bit shady for Jackie to not put you in that position, which would likely only help your campaigning, especially when you told the girls last week, I've ran $1 million budgets or whatever. This is a business, whoop-de-whoop, whatever. Even though I did not agree with it, you being in a CFO position would likely make you look good to some of the voters, possibly. Okay, I'm on the board. I'm the CFO of this right here. I manage this money all the time. Like, maybe. So, I mean, I kind of get why she in her feelings, but I do feel like if it's from that perspective, but I more so feel like she just don't like that it's Toya. So it is what it is, girl. I would like to know what else has Jackie seen in Toya for her to elevate her, because Jackie ain't that type. Jackie not finna elevate nobody. She hasn't done that with nobody else since they've been doing this. So for her to even elevate Toya in that position, I think to me that is more than just wanting to teach Toya a lesson. Toya being a part of the planning committee, period, is teaching her a lesson along within itself. So did you see something else within Toya? Is she so on point to the point where you like, you know what? You can manage the funds. I mean, you can be the CFO, especially if you're finna secure these corporate sponsorships and you've already brought in so much money from these corporate individuals. Like, yeah, manage stuff as a CFO, whatever. So I'm wondering what else is Jackie seeing. So Heavenly tells Toya and Eugene that they would do better at apologizing, I guess, for not showing up last season. She says, because y'all was fucking wrong. And I'm like, well, first of all, Toya did apologize to you last week. And Eugene said, oh, never gonna do that. Never gonna apologize. Let me tell y'all, I love me some Eugene. The way Eugene steps behind Toya, and not only does he allow her to be herself authentically, unapologetically, but he also kind of pushes that on other people too, in a sense. And y'all may not feel like it's fair, but I love that it's like, let my wife be my wife. Okay, you don't get to police her. If I as her husband ain't policing her, who the hell you think you is to police? I'm like, come on. I love how he shows up with her. And if he feels he needs to check her, he will. Okay. Now, some stuff I do feel like Eugene has been passive about. All right. So when you be trying to be upset about certain stuff, it's like you should have been chin checked it a long time ago. But either way, Heavenly, to me, like I said, she's just been projecting for the most part. All right. I feel like you should be more mad at Jackie for putting Toya in the position than you are upset with Toya for getting said position. All right. Y'all wanted to teach that lady a lesson and that lady turned around and flipped it on his head. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I think that's one of the things I do like about Toya. Like, y'all be trying to comfort Toya. I feel like more so this group about every little thing. And then when she prevails beyond that, or and even stands in her SHI, like, yeah, that happened. Like, yeah, you know, we had this and that going on financially, our taxes, so we sold this house and we did this and da. And then now we came back and built another house. Okay, yeah, I saw everybody's house getting sold, so I sold mine. Came up on some other money, built me a whole nother house, put even more down. Like, whoop the whoop the whoop. Like, y'all don't like it. Y'all don't like it, and I feel like that's part of what y'all issue was with Quad. Y'all didn't like when Quad would persevere. Okay? Y'all will be on her head about that. But, you know, it is what it is. Y'all be wanting to see people suffer. But okay. So Toya pretty much tells her, girl, like, you need to calm down. Okay? She says, I don't want that type of energy around these folks when we go in here to do this medical mission. So as Toya is continuing to talk and give instruction or whatever, Dr. Damon decides that he wants to chime in. So Toya just keeps talking and heavily yells and says, my husband is talking. Damn. She over there demanding respect for Damon, but Damon didn't even say, excuse me. Hello? That's one thing my daddy taught me. When you see me over here talking, say excuse me before you just jump in and interrupt me. Hello? Hello? So Damon could have said, excuse me, Toya, excuse me. Okay? Or raise your damn hand to be acknowledged, boo. I'll get to you, but you just jumping up. Nah, your wife already interrupted me. Okay? So Toya said, girl, that man was over there talking while I was talking. So if he gonna give me disrespect, he gonna get disrespect back. I said, I know that's motherfucking right, girl. Okay? He didn't disrespect you. I disrespected you. That's what Toya, that's what Heavenly said. And I'm like, nah, y'all both did. How about that? Damien gonna say, well, I just don't want no arguing. And I would have said, and look to the right of you and tell her that. Tell her that. Okay? Look to the side and tell her that first before you say anything to me. Because one thing about it, when Heavenly was like, you know, this is my husband or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's the key word, girl. That's yours. That's your husband. Understand? And this one is mine. And this, as well as this damn trip, it's mine too. So sit back for me, okay? Okay? There is that. Now, Mimi and her hubby finally arrived after all these canceled flights. And I really just feel like they should have took that as a sign. I mean, you was complaining about coming anyway, or at least you were complaining about Toya being in charge of the trip. So I think God was trying to give you a sign, girl. God was trying to teach you a lesson. God was trying to learn you something. All these canceled flights, you and your man should have stayed out. It's in Georgia. But either way, let's keep going. Heavenly talks to the kids about doing multiple things at one time. And she said, I'm not saying you can't do the same damn thing at the same damn time, or whatever it was she said. She cussed. Somebody checked her. She said, damn ain't no bad word. But the kids, whole time the kids is like, nah, it is a bad word, at least to them. Hello? I say, Heavenly baby, put that damn political career down and go and be somebody, college professor or some shit. Since you need a pivot so bad, go over there and teach somebody class somewhere. All right? In addition to that, paging Dr. Mimi. Paging Dr. Mimi. We're paging you because where is your overly critique of Dr. Heavenly when she cussed in front of them kids? Now, see, had Toya stood her ass up there and cussed in front of them kids, you would have been the first confessional that we saw. Okay? Matter of fact, you would have been trying to butt in and speak over Toya to clean up anything that you felt she messed up. Okay. Yeah, so where you at for Heavenly, girl? Okay. Either way, later on, we see where Heavenly kind of goes over to Toya to apologize to her and let her know, like, hey, girl, you know, I was never trying to, you know, disrespect you or your husband and then like that. And Toya said, girl, we good. But at the same time, Toya on the same energy Simone on, like, girl, shut the hell up and get out my face, okay? Because you say stuff on today and you're going to be right back to the shits tomorrow, okay? So scoot on, skedaddle, girl. Go ahead. Either way, Damon talks about not wanting Heavenly in politics, but he will continue to support her regardless. And King decides to relate that to IVF, the IVF journey that he and Quad has been going on. And the ultimate decision, according to him, is that he doesn't think it's the best journey for them right now. All right. So that is what King has to say. And honestly, that's where my notes end for the episode. I didn't really take anything else. I think next week will be a better episode, as I feel like we got 2 filler episodes back to back. But that was pretty much it. Okay. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below about everything that I just talked about. Of course, I am JamiThatsMe. Hey, be sure to like up the video, subscribe to the channel. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM and the ATM. ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL. Got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can feel it pull